Hey y'all. It's like 8 degrees out right now. My tools are frozen and my fingers are slightly uncooperative. Welcome back to Andy's Little Homestead. Y'all, this year my plow truck has gotten the crap beat out of it. We've gotten right around 15 feet of snow so far. If the snowbanks on my driveway get any taller, it's just gonna be a tunnel that I drive through. And it's beginning to take its toll. For starters, the other day I was out plowing and I managed to smash the one plow into like 4 separate pieces. I don't even know what I hit, but it was violent enough to be a problem. So I went ahead and put the backup plow on. This thing's a beast, big old 8-footer. It's not actually mounted correctly because this is supposed to go on a unimount, not a cable control, but a couple 1-inch grade 8 bolts and it's holding up so far. But then I happened to notice it seemed kind of wobbly. And as it turns out, I lost the bolt in that bracing. It knocked my bump stop off. It's a real problem. We're batting 1,000 this year. Then after all that, I went to start it this morning and I got some of this going on. Whole lot of nothing. So we gotta fix that. And then of course, we gotta get back to work because snow's still coming down. So the conclusion that I've come to is that the starter's gone out. You don't necessarily want to assume that right away because there's all kinds of things that could be an issue, a bad ground or something like that. But the biggest indicator I got is right here on the dash. As soon as I turn the ignition, she drops. I don't have any click or anything from the solenoid, but the voltage is trying to go somewhere. The easiest bet is just to swap the starter. For anybody who's wondering, I have actually tried hitting it with a hammer. It didn't work this time. Now, if you're gonna be poor and run an old crappy plow truck, you should have 2 old crappy plow trucks, and ideally ones that are very similar. I lost the transmission in my 78, but the starter on that thing is the exact same as this one. Since I wasn't using it anyway, we're gonna put it in. So the first thing we wanna do in here, disconnect the ground on the battery. That way we don't fry ourselves. Safety. Check. All right, so this is actually super simple to do. The starter itself has 2 bolts that go straight up from underneath. And then you have your terminals on the outside. One goes to a battery cable, one goes to the ignition wire. You know what's real fun about this? It's like 8 degrees out right now. My tools are frozen and my fingers are slightly uncooperative. But this is fine. We're fine. Come here, you. And she's out. So there's our battery terminal right there, and then that terminal is where the ignition wire goes. For anybody who's wondering, it was a 5/8 bolt on the big one, 5/16 on the little one, and 9/16 to drop it out. So we'll go ahead and get the other one up into place. Get in your hole. All right. We got it. All right, so we may have swapped that out for no reason. Let's jump the terminals and see what happens. Basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna connect that big battery to the little wire, and if it clicks and starts spinning, then, you know, we may have isolated it to the system going to that ignition wire. Get in there. All right, well, the starter works. Try this again. And nothing's happening over there. All right, so there's not a direct connection from the key itself to the starter. This being an automatic transmission, it has what's called a neutral safety switch, and my linkage for park has been kind of wonky lately. So let's see if maybe it'll work in neutral. Nope. All right, just kidding. I was wrong. I've been wrong before. But for the automatic transmission, it should just go straight to the starter. Another mystery. So my guess is that ignition wire is grounding out somewhere. So when I put the juice to it, it's not going all the way to the starter. It's going back to the frame, the body or something, and then back to the battery. I don't like chasing grounds, but we'll give it a quick once over. All right, so I've looked all the way through. I can't find it. I think our ground may actually be somewhere in that ignition switch itself. We don't have time for all that. I got snow to move, so we're gonna rig this up for push button start. It'll be fun. So this purple wire here is the one. We're gonna take it out of the equation. There we go. Come here, you. All right, so for our proof of concept, I wired the ignition wire back up, the one that I just cut off. I hooked it back up to the starter. We're gonna touch it to the battery and see if she cranks. Obviously, I can't pump the gas pedal. But long story short, if we get 12 volts to this through a button, we'll have push button start like them modern fancy trucks. So we routed the wire through as far as we could get, and that was right here. Went to the hardware store, got some more 10 gauge wire. It's blue because they didn't have purple. Blue's close. We got a button. So we'll send it through the firewall and rig it up. All right, we got it all wired up. Let's test it out. Well, I still got a manual choke, but I have push button start, so that's fun. All right, so now that we got that push button start taken care of, we got to straighten this plow frame out. And we're gonna do it in the safest, most controlled way possible. I strapped the bottom of the frame to this tree, and we're gonna back up, hopefully get it to line up. Well, that did work. Actually a little too well. So now we gotta knock it back the other way, I guess. There we go. All right, y'all, she's all put back together. My buddy Dan needs plowing over at his house, so we're gonna test it out. All right, y'all, she did fantastic. I really like the push button start, not where I planned on this day going, but here we are. And that bigger plow definitely makes a difference. I'm happy with the setup. I'm glad that I had a backup to start with. Y'all, plowing up here is tough on a vehicle. It's even tougher on a 40-year-old vehicle. The fact is, whether it's new or old, you're gonna break stuff. I'm happy that I've got this old truck because it's simple, and when I break stuff and I don't necessarily have the time or the energy or the desire to chase down the problem, I can still fix it. The issue was not that the key wasn't working. The issue was that the truck wasn't starting. So whatever we had to do to get there, we got there. She's been good to me. Hopefully she'll hold out for the rest of winter. As always, I hope y'all enjoyed and I hope you learned something. I love you and God bless. Did you really just do a video replacing a starter that didn't need it? Yeah, 100%, man. I bring y'all the truth. The truth is everybody's replaced some crap that didn't need replacing. I've been wrong. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I still got the other starter. It'll go back in the other truck. It doesn't matter. Truck works, that's what counts.